There are 3 copperheads under here. That is crazy. Actually, I just watched one of them bite the other. There's blood coming out of that one's head. This ringneck has apparently decided to chomp on. What? Whoa, that is really cool. This is only the second time I've ever flipped a rough green snake. And we're looking at the brown snake down there, and down here there's a copperhead crossing. What even? That is so cool. Well, that is certainly interesting. There's a ribbon snake there, but actually this is 2. There's 2 huge ribbon snakes sleeping together, it seems. Whoa, there's a nice western rat snake here on the crawl. Let's see if I can get my hands on it. Okay, I managed to get it out. This is a way bigger rat snake than I thought, and he's very bitey, quite grumpy, but a very red colored one. Look at all that red interstitial scale coloration. That is very cool. This guy's just not happy whatsoever. He was just basking in the dappled shade earlier, so I'll probably just go let him go. So I got a couple pictures. Okay, stop being so angry. He's over here in this brush. Okay, I already flipped this, but under here, there he is. There's a western ribbon snake down there. Here's a better look at this ribbon snake. Pretty bluish one. I actually got him out earlier. I saw him a couple minutes ago, so I put him back under and he's still under here. That's a cool sight. 2 snakes right next to each other. That's kind of crazy. I flipped this piece of metal because I've actually seen a rough earth snake under here before, but this guy was under here, a tiny little ribbon snake. He was kind of floundering around earlier, but calm down now that he knows I'm not a threat. But that is really cool. 3 snakes all right in a row. Okay, we'll set this guy back under his tin. Look at that right there. There's a cottonmouth. There it goes. Wow, I've never seen it. Oh, seems like there's a lot of frogs in here as well. I've never seen a cottonmouth at this location. I just found this random door to flip. There was a double copperhead flip under there. That's actually my first broad-banded copperhead of the year. That one on the left is really beautiful. Look at that. I'm just gonna gently place their door back down. But wow, I wish I had my camera. That copperhead is beautiful. Okay, I did spot an erythrogaster across water here. I don't know if I'll be able to get it. Okay, the boots came off. I managed to get it. Plain-bellied water snake up there in the tree. It actually looks like it's got a little meal in it of some kind. Okay, well, I came back the next day and now there are 3 copperheads under here. That is crazy. So that big one was definitely here yesterday. That was the really nice one. I believe this more muted one was here yesterday, but this one is also really beautiful, and I think this is the new one. That is really, really cool. Okay, they're getting a little agitated now. Actually, I just watched one of them bite the other. There's blood coming out of that one's head. That big one just bit the small one, but I'm pretty sure they're resistant to their own venom, so I think they'll be okay. But that was kind of crazy to see. I wish I got that on video. Okay, we got a cottonmouth right here. That's really cool. I'll let him go. Okay, we came down a couple minutes later and there's the cottonmouth just right next to the creek here. Very cool. Look at that, we got another cottonmouth just in ambush way away from the water this time. Again, we'll leave him right there. Oh, we didn't move at all, but he kind of bolted into action. So leave him alone. Oh no! I'm being chased. Never mind. Yeah, these guys really don't want to chase at all. He was probably just curious about this light I have here. Look at that, we got a Decay's brown snake crossing the trail right here. New species for this area for me. Whoa. And we're looking at the brown snake down there, and down here there's a copperhead crossing. What even? That is so cool. All right, there he goes, under there. We'll leave him alone. Okay, we've got a rough green up here. It's actually the 4th of the night. The other ones were pretty far away. Okay, so that one is right there, number 4. And I look right down here. There's literally another one very close to the ground right here. Okay, we got green number 6 right here again, very low to the ground. Might be the last snake of the night, but very successful. Okay, never mind, there's number 7 of the night. Of course, when you get into rough greens, they're everywhere. I was getting ready to head out and I shined a rough green with my car lights. These guys are everywhere. That's actually crazy. Okay, so that's that one there. And then I look up here. Where is it? There it is. That glow back there is yet another rough green.
Oh, I see it.
I had a feeling this would happen sooner or later. On this really humid day, I finally flipped a ringneck at this site. And I've actually cruised a ringneck not too far from here on the nearby road. But this is the first one I've gotten on this property. Very, very cool. Now, as far as ringnecks go, this one's actually pretty muted overall. It's got a very white chin and neck band. Not very yellow or orange at all. And also the belly is pretty yellow. Just that nice orange near the tail. But overall, a very attractive snake. A lot of spots on the belly, which I haven't really seen before. I guess this ringneck was also hanging out with a bunch of these western narrowmouths. There's another one. There's another one way back there. Another one way back there. Wow. All right, new species for the property. This is my university's field station, so I guess maybe I should like start compiling a herp list. Let this guy go. Okay, well, ever since I put this board down, there were some sticks under it before. Now we finally got a snake under it, a ribbon snake, a very feisty one. Okay, it is quite toasty out. Let's see if he wants to go back under there, or if he still wants to fight. Oh my god. Get back under your board. I'll just let him go. Whoa, that is really cool. This is only the second time I've ever flipped a rough green snake. Wow. Honestly, I'll just leave him right there since he seems to be pretty content. Okay, well, I believe I've flipped this little ribbon snake before. Very crazy and similar size to the one I flipped under here last time. So I'll let this guy go as well. Okay, here's the copperhead door again. Last time I flipped it, there was no one under. Let's see if there's someone today. Oh, there's house gecko. No copperhead though. Okay, at this point you might be familiar with this piece. So far I've seen a rough earth and a ribbon under it. Now I got a ringneck. Second one at this property. This is actually a different individual. It has a lot more of that orange coloration on its ring, as well as a slightly more pretty belly. Seems like these guys are pretty common here. All right, we'll let this guy go back under his tin. Okay, we've got a snake right here. There's a big plain-bellied water snake just stretched out right there. All right, I just dove in there and got this guy, a western ribbon snake, who's giving me the chomp. Pretty little guy, faded orange stripe, giving me the chomp again. We'll let him go. There we go. Okay, down there we've got a cottonmouth right there, just floating in the water. I'll get closer. Okay, well, he darted away, but he's way back there now. You can see his head poking out. We'll leave him there. All right, we just got another cottonmouth basking on the side right there. A much closer look. He already saw me. I saw him because he like twitched a little and now he's rattling his tail. He's doing the thing now, the cottonmouth. Okay, we just got this guy, a baby plain-bellied water snake, just sitting in the mud right here. It's a cool little in situ right here. We'll leave him there. Okay, I just flipped that half-submerged piece of bark and found this guy, another juvenile plain-bellied water snake. I got him out. He's about to dip, but that's pretty cool. I wasn't expecting there to be a snake under there. Okay, I'll let him go right here. See if he already wants to go. I'll just disappear. Okay, right there, we've got a rough green snake just sleeping in the tree. All right, the next snake of the night, shined up here, is a ribbon snake, and this thing looks kind of massive. I kind of want to get my hands on it, but there's his head right there. The rest of the body is way back there. All right, I got closer to the ribbon snake. There's his body. This thing is massive. The rest of it's over there, and the head is right there. Honestly, I might just leave it there. That is really cool. Okay, there's the second rough green of the night. It is still not even fully dark yet, but they're out. Okay, we've got the third rough green snake of the night right here. So bright under the light, kind of just glow. Okay, we've also got a cottonmouth swimming out there right after that green snake. Very cool. All right, this guy's actually slowly making his way towards us. Probably just curious about what all these lights are, these warm lights. I went back to go see if that rough green was there. It's still there, but I looked over here and I managed to spot an even tinier one. Look at that thing. All right, this guy made it onto our bank. Look at that guy. He's very coppery colored. Not a full-grown adult. Maybe a full-grown adult, but on the smaller end. Okay, there's rough green snake number 5. No shortage of them tonight, and there will probably be more. Okay, we've got yet another ribbon snake down here. Tonight is popping off. Look at that orange. And his head is down there. Okay, here's a closer view. Again, I'm not gonna mess with this one. I like to kind of just leave them where they are. But his head is down there, and so is the tail, and it's just fully stretched out on this branch. Okay, we've got another really tiny rough green snake sleeping there. Picture perfect look. Okay, he's kind of on the move now, but we'll leave him there. And just down from that last one, we got yet another. Okay, this one is unusually low, but we got yet another rough green. Had to see the green part of it this time, and actually just up the trail, got yet another rough green snake. So that is, who knows how many for the night. I'll probably do a tally at the end. Right when I finished filming that one, I looked here, like that's the one from before. I look up and there's another one. What even? Oh my gosh. It is rough green snake number 2045, I think, of the night. Okay, I initially stopped for this rough green because I saw his glow under the light. And I looked back, there's another glow back there because there's another rough green snake. Numbers 2046 and 2047 for the night. Okay, we've got another rough green snake up here. This one's actually pretty nice and shiny. Look at that stark contrast between the belly and the green. Okay, we finally got something green that is not a rough green snake. There's a green tree frog here. Still a little guy perched on this privet. I was done observing this guy. I looked up and there's another rough green, of course. Okay, I promise these are not all the same snake, but there's another green over there. There's another one. I might be approaching some kind of personal best or something because there's another rough green right there. Well, that is certainly interesting. We've seen a couple of these tonight. There's a ribbon snake there, but actually this is two. There's two huge ribbon snakes sleeping together, it seems. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is a mating pair, actually. There's a smaller male up in front right here, and then we got the larger female way in the back. You can see the male's tail right there. They're kind of intertwined here, so they were possibly mating during the day, but now they're just up here in the branches at night to sleep. What a cool observation. Okay, we'll leave those two love bugs right there, but that is a really cool observation to end out the night, potentially. Yeah, I think I spoke too soon. There's another rough green sleeping right here. So a little guy, then just up the trail, there's one here. Seems like we've got another. Or is it? Yep. There's one right there. They are everywhere. Well, that's not quite a snake. That is a bird. It's a white-throated sparrow. Guess he was chilling there, sleeping. Okay, we've got another pretty nice rough green here. Unfortunately, it's got a pretty nasty wound in the back. Okay, we're on the way to the car now, but that is probably the last rough green snake of the night. And if my calculations are correct, that is number 24, I believe. So very solid night overall. We got like 3 other species and 10 snakes across those. All right, I lied. There's another one up there. So that is number 25. Okay, I'm really trying my hardest to end this video, but there's a rough green snake right there. And then while I spotted that one, I spotted another one over there. So that's 26 and 27 of the night. Probably the last, I will say now, because the parking lot is right over here. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Got some bloopers for you. When I was out last night, I accidentally left my water bottle on the trail. So I came back, got it today just down the trail. On my way out, I saw this little ribbon snake and yet another snake. Maybe one of the ones from last night, but that is really cool.